Hello everyone and welcome to a 2v2 matchup. Before I forget who is who, Foggy and Cash versus XiaoKai and Fly. Crota, you look super busy these past few weeks with short stream. Is everything okay? Yeah, everything is okay. I am doing wonderfully. I'm doing fine. Frost Clover LV is going to be the map. This is a 2v2. Touching on my personal life a little bit. Just trying to find some routine, some schedule during these summer months. It is it is a bit difficult trying to find a proper schedule, and I basically have about 45 to 50 minutes to cast, as opposed to an hour to an hour and 10 that I had before. So I know the videos are getting a little bit shorter, but it's just because need to take the kids around, doctor's appointments, therapy sessions. Yeah, a lot of therapy sessions. So that is it's a bit tiring. It is definitely tiring. Work with kids and recreation. Yeah, that's exactly it. The all three of my kids need additional like occupational or speech therapy, which for any parent out there who is uh, struggling with that, just hearing and seeing how other kids are just able to do so well and excel. And I wanted to not be that tiger parent, right? Like growing up, I'm like, I don't want to be that tiger parent. I don't want to be the parent that is always on top of my kids, trying to make sure that that they're able to take college calculus by the time they're a sophomore in high school. I knew a couple kids like that, but yeah, I promised myself I wouldn't be that way. I wouldn't work my kids extra hard, and now I'm working my kids extra hard so that they're not failing, right? And it's just like, oh, there's the other side of that coin too. Anyways, let's come back around. This is a 2v2 matchup on Frozen Clover, a map that we haven't really seen before. Keeper of the Grove coming in from Foggy, Cash opening up with a Farseer here. There is 4 spawning locations all in the center. They open up in counterclockwise, so you're not actually so you can spawn in any of these locations, and your partner trying to get to you actually has to walk out of his base and turn back around. It's not like he can easily like clear these trees. I guess he can clear these trees and get through. Maybe opening up a couple of critical pathways with the Keeper of the Grove would be extremely helpful. My parents told me I would be a lawyer when I was around 7. Unlucky. Yeah, no, I was talking to my daughter. I'm like, one of my daughters. I'm like, Arya, do you know? Shouldn't have said the name, but do you know why I'm working with you on your speech and your spelling? And she looks at me. It's like, because you want me to grow up and be just like you and mommy and be computer programmers. And I'm like, no, no, that is not why I'm doing it. Why I'm doing it is because no matter what you do, you need to be able to read, write, and spell. All right, so yeah, coming back around, Keeper of the Grove, while trying to protect this Farseer, Headhunters, Berserkers, all of these units just running around on the map here as the Crypt Lord and the Shadow Hunter putting on pressure. Interesting choices. The non-standard second primary heroes, Crypt Lord and Shadow Hunter, not uncommon, but really not standard by any mean, as we may get to see a 2-unit, 3-unit surround on an early Grunt right there. Farseer actually backing away, Grunt dealing damage to that Farseer there, and well, early bits of damage. Meanwhile, Skeletal Minions and Beetles coming in. This is a very much go-wide strategy between the Beetles and Beetles and all of these summon units that could cause a lot of problems. All right, level 1 on that Farseer, and a Farseer and that Keeper of the Grove, as the units are now making their way back down. Yeah, kids feel a lot of pressure, and even if that pressure isn't there, sometimes I do need to remind myself that volume isn't the reason why my kids are not listening to me, even though sometimes they apparently listen to the TV at the same level they think I yell at. So yeah, it's an interesting thing. Like the TV's too loud, but maybe that's as loud as you need me to talk for you to hear me. Why are you yelling? Like, all right, Shadow Hunter, Crippler, some nice combos can be explored. Hexed, Impaled, yeah, very good at shutting down heroes, and Healing Wave, and me being able to just do a lot of things right there. It's really more like hero focused, being able to do a lot of that. Farseer, Headhunter, Spirit Wolves. This is a lot of aggression coming around the map, and now Foggy actually going into strange corners of the map. And looking at the map, I would assume this is much more of a heavy creeping map, as if you want to creep, you actually creep away from your opponent. So that's how this map would really work. Are we going to get an Impale? No, Death Knight coming in already, coming in from the other team as well. Is it? Oh, I forgot who the other player was already. All right, so yeah, creeping is interesting on this particular map as a 2v2 map, because normally when you are out and about creeping, you end up running into your opponent. This is not the case here. There are a number of green creep camps in the center portion of the map, but when you're creeping, you really shouldn't be running into your opponent at all. Halls of the Dead here, Keeper of the Grove, taking quite a bit of damage. However, many acolytes getting taken down as well. Keeper of the Grove may be forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal, down to 42 hit points. There goes another acolyte as well. Multiple acolytes shut down. Tauren Chieftain as that second hero. Foggy really overstaying his welcome, but able to get out in time, forcing his opponent to retrain up a bunch of acolytes, sitting at 99 gold right now, and still needing to train up more to try and replenish that count. 3 acolytes out of 5. Coming back through, Farseer sitting at level 3, Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 1, Tauren Chieftain with Endurance Aura first. Meanwhile, we're looking at more creeping back across here. Death Knight with True Shot Aura. We should be looking at a Lich third, and the hero nuking potential of Crypt Lord, Death Knight, Lich, coupled with the hero shutdown of the Shadow Hunter, and also perhaps a Tauren Chieftain Stomp, could be some nasty inbound deaths for Foggy and Cash. Meanwhile, Fly and his undead partner, I'm going to go ahead and quickly check who it is. XiaoKai. Yep, XiaoKai. Trying to clear things up here, going after an ancient Wendigo. This could be a big problem. This is a level 9 creep, immune to magic. Additional, skeletal warriors are getting popped up by that web spinner, as well as the Crippler taking quite a bit of damage here. All right, Death Coil. The Crippler now sitting up to level 3. We do see some Dark Ritual. There is another Stomp going down as well. Death Knight low on mana, as the units are still going around that Crypt Lord, trying to absorb as much damage as possible. Potion of Invulnerability here. Meanwhile, Tauren Chieftain is just shy of level 2, as we're looking at the Tauren Chieftain at level 2 here, getting very close to level 3. Perhaps the Farseer should be backing up to guarantee level 3 on that Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain of Fly still sitting at level 1, looking to finish things off once more. The amount of burst coming out of that undead tri-hero with the Tauren Chieftain for stomps backing up, yeah, that is going to be rather crazy. Ancient Wendigo, we said it earlier, he had so much healing behind him, or I said it moments ago, that he had so much healing behind him that it's just so difficult to try and take him out. Obsidian Statue needs Essence of Mana and Essence of Blight to try and make sure that this Wendigo gets taken down. The Death Knight staying close enough by, but doesn't get to level 3 either. Potion of Restoration, perhaps that should be given to the Death Knight. I would say give it to the Death Knight. The Death Knight is the one that doesn't have access to any other easy heals. Oh, Wendigo is... Oh, he has Resurrection. Oh, okay. Making it difficult. All right, Tauren Chieftain Stomp coming back in, trying to fend off this attack. Meanwhile, there's also another attack off to the north here. Keeper of the Grove and Huntress is trying to back away. Tauren Chieftain in that front line spot. There goes another Stomp once more. Berserkers using that Berserk right there as that Tauren Chieftain is still in that front line position. Tauren Chieftain has mana. Is he going to try and use it? Tauren Chieftain, what is going down? Tauren Chieftain seeing that level 3. Are we going to see, well, takedown of that Tauren Chieftain? No, Healing Wave in time. And Scroll of Town Portal retreats back out. All right, we do see an expansion by Foggy over here on the top left. An expansion already underway by Fly, or already operational by Fly, needs the fully saturated as well. As we're now seeing some clearing of some easy green creep camps, but this will give the Death Knight level 3, doubling the power of that Death Coil. Yeah, that camp is really difficult. Taking down the fact that XiaoKai was able to take out a level 9 creep with undead when he only had started off with a level 2, just shows how powerful that army composition is. Tauren Chieftain now trying to push on through here. They're going to perhaps getting a little bit of damage. There's an impaled Tauren Chieftain off to the north here. There's the engagement as both sides are still trying to fight their way through. There's a stomp shutting down some of those grunts. One grunt going to get taken down. Tauren Chieftain, however, a Fly doing a much better job getting a proper surround, but he could get shut down as well. Tauren Chieftain gets up to level 3, Potion of Healing, followed by a stomp. That double level up really making a big difference here as the Tauren Chieftain could try and use a Potion of Invulnerability as well. Tauren Chieftain now trying to make its way over, gets another stomp in as well. Healing Wave bouncing around onto a low hit point Beetle as both sides are still fighting their way through. Berserkers looking to get in a little bit of damage. Tauren Chieftain throws down another stomp. That 15 seconds of invulnerability looking to be so much as the Farseer now gets up to level 4. Entangle onto the Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain trying to get a surround onto the Criplord. Criplord able to get away. Stomp not there in time as Scroll of Speed. That little bit of extra movement allowing that Criplord to escape that stomp radius. More battles getting underway. Tauren Chieftain does not have enough mana. A lot of low hit point units from Fly, though. Those could get taken down very easily and get picked off quickly. All right, Kodo Beast representing a big increase in damage as well, as they have a 20% damage increase once more. Trying to go after these units. Scroll of Speed trying to pick across more of these units as well. Perhaps going to try to finish off some of those Obsidian statues as the Destroyers are looking to devour magic. All right, chasing after units. Tauren Chieftain looking to close in that distance. However, level 1 Unholy Aura able to keep pace away as the Keeper of the Grove doesn't have that much mana and unable to, entangle anything down as we see a quick burst of a Huntress. Damage still coming on through. Meanwhile, XiaoKai or Fly trying to come back in and across here as Foggy is going to be able to scout out of this expansion and shut it down. It is going to be 3 bases to 2 here in just a moment as the Dire Wolves adding in more damage. All right, 2-on-1 fight right now trying to protect the expansion, but this is not looking good at all as the Berserker is going to end up getting taken down. Well, there goes one. Meanwhile, level up on the Criplord, getting up to level 4. Death Coil trying to heal up that Criplord, still trying to retreat back. Tauren Chieftain getting up into that frontline spot. There's a giant stomp, stomping on one Crypt Fiend and a little bit more. There goes the Criplord as the Death Knight gets entangled and will get taken down as well. Lich by his lonesome self. Once again, as we're looking at the Kodo Beast, finishing digesting some additional units. All right, level 4 level 4 Criplord, level 3 Death Knight both have fallen. We're looking at the Tauren Chieftain still continuing to push on once more as the Great Hall is about to get shut down. Mass Berserkers ready to push on in here in just a moment as Berserkers here, and this is the problem. Units in transit could get picked off here, and as you have more and more units get picked off in transit and get taken down, the experience is going to start to swing the other way. All right, coming back here, a couple of wisps still being left behind, but that is a lot of Berserkers going now after the main buildings. You can no longer just fight in transit. You really need to take down the opposing army where it's at. Not having rally points on the armies is a bit of a difference here. All right, Stronghold repairs, Scroll of Town Portal, Stronghold getting taken down. Oh, why did they need a Scroll of Town Portal out? Perhaps they thought that if the Scroll of Town Portal was not in time and the army was inbound, that would be just bad news. All right, big strong play right there, but once more units getting lost in transit. But that all of that doesn't matter. Fly completely losing his main hull and not even mining at his expansion. He went from 2 bases down to 0 in a matter of moments. All right, are we expecting? I am now expecting some sort of all-in play coming in from the red team, from XiaoKai and from Fly. Some high ground antics. Yeah, high ground antics here. There's that Wendigo once more, as we're going to be looking at the Huntresses, perhaps trying to engage here. All right, in comes a battle. Death Knight now coming in for our flank. What is going on? He's just trying to creep. Scroll of Town Portal doesn't realize that, well, the army compositions where they were at, and they are going to be regrouping. All right, this massive battle going to get underway here. Torrent Chieftain going to walk right in, throw in a stomp, and then quickly get away. He does not want to be that surrounded with no one else dealing damage behind him, as the Torrent Chieftain, well, now taking quite a bit of damage. There's an Impale once more. Torrent Chieftain taking a large amount of damage, still taking more damage. Could get taken down. Level 4 Torrent Chieftain gets up a potion of healing just in time before he gets taken out. Meanwhile, Fly's Torrent Chieftain still in that frontline spot. He's trying to break free. It looks as though that Torrent Chieftain may not be able to make it. The army is just simply too large, but he still has something to say, and he's still stunning units, even though he's going to get shut down here. Level 5 now onto that Keeper of the Grove. Units going to be pushing back the other side again. Huntresses and mass Berserkers pushing on through. Level 4 now on that Death Knight, as the Crypt Lord is able to break free. Huntresses still pushing through once again, and, well, Chain Lightning bouncing back around. Berserkers going after the destroyers. Once the destroyers are down, the Keeper of the Grove Entangle will become a powerful play once again, as the destroyers, well, still having to wait on that Devour Magic. So much damage going through. Death Knight escapes at 15 hit points, and now we're looking at perhaps the Shadow Hunter being forced to try and retreat again. As the battles are continuing on, remember, the longer this game goes, the better it is going to be for Cash and Foggy. XiaoKai is the only one mining on the red team at this point in the stage in the game. 1 base versus 3. Economic advantage. Foggy is not in upkeep, and that in fact is going to be the good game. Doesn't want to even try. Cash with a great opening right there, being able to set up the expansion. Foggy being aggressive in the play, and even with that powerful level 9 creep and clearing, perhaps it wasn't efficient in terms of time. There is something to be said about creeping efficiently. Yes, he was able to creep out a very high level creep camp, but would it have been better to creep out 2 orange creep camps and first, and then trying to move on, trying to get that snowball effect going? Creep patterns really matter, and on Clover right there, well, it takes a little bit of time before players know exactly where they should be go, and how and when they should get there. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think about this game in the comments below. Comments on the map, and I will see you guys next time.